Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next installment of the Broadcast Solutions Hybrid Innovation Days. Next, we'll be hearing from Bridgetech. And Bridgetech is a company that makes sure that everything that happens really good at the production actually ends up with the viewers at the end. So without further ado, I want to introduce Mr. Olli Tuomela, Vice President of Sales for Europe. Over to you, Olli. So Olli, you can start your presentation now.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Petteri. So yeah, welcome to the Bridge Technologies presentation of integrated services monitoring. I will give you a brief introduction on fundamental elements of our media monitoring and analysis solution. My presentation today will focus on key implications of the use of an end-to-end monitoring solution in order to use the system to improve on service quality over the whole delivery chain. As we will see, Bridgetech has tools specifically for remote production and in the use in the PCR, MCR playout locations, but also further in the delivery chain, as Petteri just pointed out. Integrated services monitoring, as we call it, is a suite of tools designed to deliver invaluable insights about the performance of content production, contribution, distribution networks, and that not only for engineers in charge of the day-to-day operations, but also for the management team to assess the overall performance of the operations. Integrated services monitoring, it is a concept that integrates system performance information together with service processing and delivery details into one user interface, one platform. And this makes it possible to correlate the service status information over the whole production chain and in this way being able to chase any issues on any technology along the delivery. So basically this integrated services monitoring, it allows assessing from the signal status from source all the way to the delivery for whatever is the delivery mechanism to the subscribers. If it's whether it's OTT-based media streaming delivery or kind of a traditional cable TV, terrestrial, satellite, whatever, those can be included from the source through the whole production chain with the distribution and all that. And what did happen here? Here we go. So and in that way we are able to assess these multiple layers of the broadcast and media cycle. And when we assess the whole media chain, we cover everything from uncompressed from uncompressed to compressed, from standard definition to high definition and ultra high definition, and even 8K, whatever it is. And
sorry, Olli, to interrupt. This is Petteri, but we're not seeing your presentation anymore.
Okay.
So apologies, everyone. We've lost the presentation.
Let me.
But we're fixing this.
For some reason, the sharing went off. Do you see it now, Petteri?
Yes, now it's working.
Perfect, perfect. And my apologies for that.
Thank you.
Yes, so addressing everything from standard definition to 8K, and whatever is the interface that the services are delivered, RF-based cable, terrestrial, whatever, or legacy ASI-based delivery, it's all covered in the system. And then, of course, the IP Ethernet-based from 100 megabit to 100 gigabit, all the different speeds are covered. And of course, that IP is sort of the most essential element of the solution. As we know today, the core delivery of TV services, video-based content is done mostly on the IP-based network. So it is very essential to be able to see what happens there on the IP level and the delivery of the content over the IP. And this is actually sort of the essence or the main area of the 16 years of existence of Bridge Technologies. Over the 16 years of our company existence, we have been building knowledge and products for this field of monitoring and analysis. Of course, overall, to build this sort of integrated services type of approach, but especially in the area of IP delivery. That's sort of something very important in our solution, being able to visualize live IP packet flow information, packet loss jitter, whatever it is. The system, of course, what we supply, it's an embedded system from one vendor from Bridgetech, and collecting all the information on a web-based user interface, which can be then accessed from anywhere in the network or outside your own network, from the other side of the planet, really. And combining the data from appliance-based products, monitoring probes, or software or hardware-based systems. And why all this is essential is, of course, that when we have the monitoring probes, we collect a vast amount of data, and it can be even daunting to have all the data. But the important part is to be able to take the data in on a way that it's useful for the users of the system. And actually, one important part of today is to be able to build intuitive systems. It's sort of expected. A lot of the operational people, they have a great variety of technologies and products that they need to know and handle on day-to-day operation. So there is no time of reading the manual from start till end and understanding everything in that level. So the system must be really intuitive, and being able to sort of filter and present the exact correct information and in an easy way, all the way from initial system setup and configuration. So that's one of the key elements of our solution, to make it easy to start to use the system without heavy setups. And really, our slogan is complexity is simple, and that's what we try to identify by this. And this, of course, means that deploying a new device or deploying new services or setting thresholds for service alarms or correlating the data overall should be as easy and simple as possible, even though it's sort of a complex there behind. Then this is sort of showing a high-level view on some of the elements. So we have these monitoring probes, VP440s, 330s, 220s, 120s, from different bit rates up to 100 gig, as I mentioned earlier. And they are the ones doing the data collection in the network. And there is typical use scenarios for each product, from distribution to head end and production phases, but of course people use them in the way that it's most meaningful for them. And then we have the top level VPC, our element manager, which handles all the probes, all the data from there, basically doing alarm and measurement aggregation, and then on top of that, all sort of long-term trending of the of the system and service status and reporting and everything that is needed from such monitoring solution. Then if we next take a bit closer look into the products themselves, the monitoring probes that do the hard work of collecting all the intel from the network. We can sort of roughly categorize our products into three categories: appliance-based, hardware-based, and software-based solutions. The ones in the middle, the hardware-based probes, those are sort of the most commonly used platform actually today. So it's our own embedded design hardware with the monitoring software in it. And even we are in the world of cloud and all remote functions today, still a lot of people trust and respect these embedded design probes simply because they have really high MTBF values. They have really low power consumption. It's super easy to install and deploy and start using it and start to collect the monitoring data. And yeah, they provide the tool set that people who wants to do monitoring want to have. Then of course today more and more people want to do monitoring or the whole hidden processing or different functions in the server-based data center-based applications or some virtual platforms or in cloud. And then we have the same available on software as well. Some specific applications sort of suit best into the appliance-based solution. And for that, then we have appliance-based platforms for 100 gig interfaces or specific QoE, QoS applications. And then of course one essential part, even though we say that we provide this sort of integrated services solution, then of course one important element is to be able to integrate with third parties. And we have a number of different tools to be able to take the data. For example, this external integration interface, what we have is to collect the real-time measurements from the probes into a third-party system. And this is something we have integrated very extensively with the data from Skyline and also with some other NMS tools. And then, of course, there is NMOS-based integration where it makes sense. And then there are some HTML5-based, we call them widgets, which are providing a live video, vector scope, different type of tools to be fed into third-party systems. And this is, of course, then essential to be able to integrate the data from the probes into the same system that the other products, other vendors are reporting in the solution. So this is just one example for the collecting data from two different sources, sitting somewhere in the network, in remote production, in OB1, whatever, and then we are feeding the data into number of different user interfaces, different use cases, and third-party systems. So sort of to look in total, again, for the integrated services monitoring, what Bridgetech can offer there is a complete and comprehensive set of automated capabilities that deliver a high level of understanding through any content distribution chain. And this data, this information can be used to ensure maximum uptime of the content production, contribution, and distribution networks, and the seamless flow of services on high quality. And this is, of course, achieved by these bulletins mentioned here, like advanced analytics for deep understanding what happens in the network, or enable to recognize some historical behavior in the network, or even in best case, to be able to anticipate some of the problems before they happen by seeing that something is going wrong in the network. And it's all should be intuitive, as mentioned earlier, and in that way, there is no need for dedicated staff on the product. So to summarize this 15-minute presentation, a network engineer on a remote site or a personnel at the master control center who need some sort of visibility into everything that is going on very detailed level, or a management team member who requires SLA or other insightful indicators of overall network performance. For all of them, integrated services monitoring is there to deliver what they need and when they need it. Thank you. That was very briefly my presentation. If any questions, I'm more than happy to answer and comment wherever I can.
Thank you very much, Olli. And does anybody have any questions? If not, you can ask them afterwards by either contacting Olli directly or contacting your Broadcast Solutions representative, who will be glad to tell you more about the solutions from Bridgetech. Once again, thank you very much, Olli, for your time and effort.
Thank you. 15 minutes goes by fast, so I had to make some shortcuts. So there is a lot of in-depth information that we are happy to share with anyone who is interested. Thank you.